Today we're gonna get a little personal. If you are somebody that's graduating late, there is absolutely nothing wrong with graduating late. And here's why. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know who this is, but if you don't, my name is Justin. I'm a college content creator. I actually had zero intention of making this video, but after having a whole lot of conversations with a lot of people around school and a lot of my peers, I think this is something that a lot of people are dealing with. I think this is something a lot of people have on their shoulders as a huge chip, and I don't think it needs to be. So today we're talking about graduating late. And there are a bunch of people that I've realized after having like a bunch of conversations with so many different people, I've realized there's a lot of people that aren't graduating on time. And I happen to be one of them. And so my story is obviously different from everyone else. And we all have a story, but my story basically is that, and so although I am in my senior year, in the beginning of college, I was definitely a student that played around a lot, and I didn't take school as serious as I should have. I wanted to be involved in so much, and at the time too, being a student athlete, that was honestly one of the more important things to me. And to be real, I think I had this mindset about college that because I'm in my first year, obviously I don't want to make mistakes, but if I do, my mistakes won't be as bad because I have so many more years and semesters after this to make up for it. Which was one of the, if not the worst mindsets I think I ever had. And obviously everyone else's story is different, but my story, I 100% shouldn't have, but so my biggest thing is I had two different situations that caused me to graduate late. On one half, the obvious, I failed classes. And on the other side, I changed my major. And there's a bunch of different reasons people can graduate late. I've seen a lot of times, and a lot of times too, you'll see situations where students transfer from one school to another, and a lot of their classes they take at their first school don't get transferred over to their second, so it already puts them behind when they first start. You'll also see people will take a gap year for whatever personal reason they choose, and that will obviously put you a year behind. You can also fail classes, you can change your major. And so these are reasons why one person would be late when it comes to graduation. But me specifically, my story is a little bit of both. Being personal and being real, I think I 100% treated my freshman year as a joke. And if you want to see what I mean, I did of course make a video of what my freshman year kind of looked like in a little summary, so you can check that out there. But if we're being honest, I think compared to now, I 100% treated my freshman year as a joke. And there'd be so many times where I could have studied or done my work and I wouldn't. And so I was the guy that would do my homework assignments at the last minute. I would be the guy that would wait until 11:50 to do my assignments and cram, and never giving myself enough time to study, to do my work, to review, any of that stuff. So you combine that with the mindset that I thought at the time that it's freshman year. You can go, a few days without, going to class. You can skip class every once in a while. You don't have to worry too bad about bombing an exam because you got 3 more years to go. So I just was in the mindset that whatever mistake I make now can be rectified over the next 3 years of college, which was not the case. So in other short terms, I failed a bunch of classes. That's the easiest way to say that. On the flip side, I don't think I fully really knew what I wanted to do in college at the time. And I knew I wanted to be around the business and the technology side. So I started off as a business major. And then my sophomore year after the pandemic, when we came back, I decided to change my major to IT because at the time I felt more comfortable around technology. So I thought that would be the best decision for me. So then I ended up changing my major. I'm in IT now, and I just didn't feel like it was where I needed to be. I thought of technology as one section, and when I got to the school, it ended up being a whole different section where it's more cyber security related and more focused on technology. I just wanted to be around technology, but what I didn't realize at the time was that I'm somebody that likes the outside of the screen. You know what I mean? The inside the screen where we're talking about programming, coding, things like that, not really my forte. But if we're talking about apps, things like that, I can get busy with that. So I changed my major from business to IT. And then after realizing these things, I changed my major from IT back to business. However, this time last year, actually, I added in a concentration of digital marketing. So now I'm a business major with a concentration in digital marketing, which is 2 major changes, which completely derailed me an entire year, which means instead of graduating in May 23, I was now in position to graduate in May 24. And when I found out I was gonna graduate in May 24, I was not having it, bro. I was not having it. It's different if I graduate a little bit behind, but being a whole year behind for me personally was crazy. And I would go through, honestly, and go check through my unofficial transcript and go look at all these different ways to try to get back on track and see how it would work. And the closest I could get was December 23, which would now be just 1 semester, not a year, but a semester behind. So I was like, all right, this is my route, I'm gonna take it. I basically started taking a crap ton of summer classes. I noticed that whenever I'm having conversations with people, there's always this like, hey, like when are you graduating? It's like December 20 or May 24, just like weird, like not weird, understandable, but there's this like embarrassment about it, and there doesn't have to be any embarrassment about it for so many reasons, and here's why. Number one, you are not the only person that is graduating late. I don't know if you've talked to anybody that has told you this. I don't know if you've been around people that are, but me personally, as a very social person, I can honestly say today, I know more people that came into my graduating class with me that are graduating late than that are graduating on time. I genuinely mean that. I just had maybe 4 conversations in the past week, and all 4 of them are graduating late. Now, some people's version of late is different. Some of these people may be a whole semester behind. Some people may be an entire year behind. Everyone's version is different, and that's because number 2, everyone's life is different. Everyone's story is different. Everyone just has a different path. And I think these are things that we kind of know, but we don't really accept, because I got to a point where I just really said to myself, like, if God really wanted me to graduate on time, I would be graduating on time. I'm not. There is no perfect template for how your life should go. There is no perfect record that says you have to start college at 18, you have to do your 4 years, you have to graduate at 22, you have to get a job lined up, and then you have to go work that job for 20 years. That's not how life is. If someone's told you that, it's not true, and stop listening to them. But I feel like that's the kind of style that we keep on trying to stick, that's the same box we keep trying to stick within, and that's just not how life works. Life literally will hit you at any point in time, however it wants to hit you, and it's up to you to adjust to that. I know, like I say all the time, like I was literally so broken about it. Like all my friends were graduating before me. They're gonna be at graduation, or I'm gonna be either watching it or just doing whatever that day. And I think when I thought about it like that, that's the part that really killed me the most. But what really healed that wound is knowing that that was what was meant for them. And I'm happy for them that they're graduating on time. And I don't think that that's something that I needed to envy, because I think that's one of the things we do a lot. We kind of envy and say, why do they get to, do that? And we throw so much on other people that just doesn't need to be done. And it sucks for sure. But at the same time, it's not something that it's not something I continuously beat myself up over anymore. It's not something that I worry about, or I stress over anymore, because I've accepted that that's what it is. And there's this thing that, like, I feel like we all have this weird stigma in our head that graduating on time equals like perfection, or equals like the correct way of doing it. And there is no correct way. Like, there is no correct way to do life. Everyone is going to do life the way that's catered to them, that's best for them, as you should. And that does not always mean we're all going to have the same timeline of events. Some of us may be 2 years behind. Some of us may be 3 years. Some of us may be a year ahead. That's okay. But the biggest thing you don't need to do as someone who's graduating late is to compare yourself to other people, because your story is different. Or for an example, like taking the fact that you're graduating behind and make that into your story and make that something that benefits you. Like for me, for an example, I'm not gonna get into my entire life for this video purpose, but I'm perfectly fine graduating in December of next year because of so many reasons. I even did my research. One of the things that I did was I researched online one of the best times to hire for jobs, and January and February are the 2 best months, if you didn't know. And so graduating in December completely helps me to be ready to, but if anyone has not told you, I promise you it is okay. In 2019, there was a study done by the National Center of Education Statistics, or the NCES, and their study showed that only 41% of college students graduate within 4 years, which means the majority of students, or for number purposes, 59% of students don't even graduate within that 4-year time frame. So I think if there's one thing that you can take from this is just to know that, number one, you're not alone. Number two, there's so many other people that are in the same path as you. Now, what that path looks like is obviously different, but this timeline of events is not what you're going through by yourself. If you're still gonna be here and you wanna kick it, you know I'm gonna be here, so you're gonna have me here. But no, seriously though, I really think that's gonna be the best, but the most challenging 5 months, because obviously, like I said, I won't have everyone here, but that gives you so much time to just do me. Thank y'all for watching this video. It's real short, sweet, and to the point. If you felt like this video was any type of beneficial for you, please leave a like if you haven't. Subscribe, number one, but definitely leave a like. And if you have any little personal story that you want to leave inside the comments, go ahead and let it rip. I'll be talking to you guys in the comments too. So thank y'all for watching this video. See you on the next one.